Okay, so for this last video for today, we're going to look at some equations that are a little bit more complicated. So looking at this first one, it's pretty similar to that first problem we did. I know I want to move that 5 first, so I'm going to add 5 to both sides. But now I have this fraction over here, so I have negative 6 is equal to x over 3. You can think of this as saying x divided by 3. Well, I know the opposite operation from division is multiplication, so to undo that division, all I'm going to do is multiply both sides by 3. When I do that, those cancel each other out. And so I get negative 18 is equal to x. And the reason that is, if you remember from operations with fractions, multiplying by 3, that's really the same thing as multiplying by 3 over 1. And so when I multiply across, x times 3 is just 3x. 3 times 1 is just 3. Well, 3x divided by 3, those cancel, and I get x. So that's why that works. Okay, let's try this next one. So this next one, I want to move that 13 first, because again, it's being added on. So I always want to move that first. Negative 5 minus 13 is negative 18. Okay, so now this is similar to this last one, except now I have this 4 over there. So one way you can think of this is this 4 sevenths x, since this is really just x over 1. This is really the same thing if you multiply across as 4x over 7. So let's go ahead and rewrite it like that. So 4x over 7 is equal to negative 18. Well, now I can just do what I was doing before. So to undo that that division, like I did on this side, I can undo the divide by 7 by multiplying by 7. So those cancel out. So I get 4x is equal to negative 126. And then to undo that multiplication, just like we've been doing, I'll divide by 4. And so I get that x is equal to negative 63 over 2. And all I did there was just reduce this fraction. You could also put this as a decimal. I'm okay with either. So when you see that fraction out in the front, all you're going to do is undo that multiplication division. So you're going to multiply by that denominator and then divide out that numerator. Okay, so now for this next one, this is a slightly different case. So normally, like for all these other problems, we moved what was being added or subtracted first. However, this time I have this whole thing in this numerator over this 2. So I can't go ahead and add 7 to both sides because there's this 2 that's actually a part of it. So whenever you see a problem like this, your first step is to undo that division. So I'm going to need to multiply both sides by 2 first. And those cancel each other out. So whenever you have a whole fraction here, you can't undo the addition or multiplication or subtraction. You're going to have to get rid of that division first. And then now I can add my 7. So I get that 17 is equal to p. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, and then when you think you got it, go ahead and press play again. Okay, so your final answer for this problem should have been that x is equal to negative 7/2. So this one had a little bit more to it. That first step you would have wanted to do is to combine your like terms. So I did 3x minus 6x to get negative 3x. And then from there I did just like what we did for problem 2. So I needed to get all variables on one side. So I added 3x to both sides and so on. And then just like problem 6, I needed to reduce that fraction at the end. And so I got negative 7/2. You could have also put that this was negative 3.5. Either answer is okay. Okay, that's the end for today. If you would like extra practice with these equations, I do have an extra practice on the bottom of this page. It's a maze that you can do. This is optional. Or if you feel ready to take on the assignment, go ahead and go to that next page to do the assignment. Have a great rest of your day.